Hello, Jen here with a layout for the Craft Bunker of Ignorance social media hop. So a bunch of us ladies from the Facebook group are getting together to do this hop, to just share some love around, and our challenge for this month was to scrap lift. So we are all scrap lifting either a favorite layout or a favorite person, and this is one that I'm going to do. It's a layout that was posted by Victoria Marie, and I'll leave all of her links down below so you can go and check out her blog post about the layout. And other ladies we'll be doing either Instagram posts or process videos or blog posts about their layout. So all of those links will also be down below so that you can follow the loop and have fun with us as we scrap lift. And the reason that I picked this one was that I really felt that these papers worked well with this design. These are both papers that I would have kept whole. Oh, Evie, she just wants some love and attention. She's saying hello to all of you. She'll be back, don't worry. These are both papers that I would have left whole, but I like that I was able to do this sort of half and half layout and then stretch them a bit and get some extra life out of them. And it's not something I've ever done before, so it was kind of fun to play around with a different design. And originally, I had actually thought I was going to scrap lift Sue's fish because she really is just the style of scrapbooking that I aspire to be. It's not like my style at all, but I really love it, and I am going to do a scrap lift of hers very, very soon. But as soon as I saw this post, I think I saw it on Instagram first, that Victoria had posted, I knew that this was going to work perfectly with these papers. And these are all Kaisercraft papers. I think the collection is called Havana Nights. It's very summery and beachy and fun. And I won this as a mini kit from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. Actually, I won it from Christy and Daisy, but Christina from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club is who sent the kit to me, and it just is perfect for my pictures. It's really not something I think I would have picked on my own. I tend not to go for Kaisercraft products too often, but I love it. It's so pretty, and I just really wanted to crack into it and use it. So Christina, look, I'm using one of your kits, and I love it. I'm having so much fun. Okay, so let me explain what I've done so far, because I've just been talking and not telling you what I'm doing, although you can see it. So I have matted my photo on one of the 6x6 papers that came. It's these beautiful sort of Cuban inspired tiles, and then I have a ton of anchors. Every time I get an anchor in an ephemera pack or something like that, I always think to myself, another anchor. I have so many of them and I never know how to use them. I live in the foothills of the mountains, and we're actually like a partially arid desert climate, believe it or not. So I just really don't get to use my anchors all that often. But when I went to go and try and pull them all out, of course it's not as many as I thought there was. So I pulled out just anything that I felt that was sort of sea themed, or being on a boat or anything like that, and then just a cute little pair of sunglasses, because we're both wearing our sunglasses. And I'm going to make that big cluster right along that left hand side of my picture. Victoria used flowers, and this collection actually came with some flower die cuts, but I really thought that the anchors were going to be a much better choice. So I'm just building up my cluster. Oh, and here you can see there's Evie again. I knew she was making another appearance soon. So I've just built up my cluster, and I'm just sort of trying to stagger all of those anchors, and I just don't want to have too much extra little, bits of trapped space. That's why I put so many different solid things in the background, and now these anchors can kind of sit on top of them. So I'm just going to pop them around, and I played a little bit. I actually cut out quite a lot of this because it took me a while to kind of play around, and every time I moved them, then I fussed with them some more to try and put them back, and in the end I just decided I had to go for it. That's sort of what makes these piles look the best, I think, is that you just start stick and plonk. That's what it's called, right? The official term from Inky Quill, stick and plonk. But I needed a few more anchors, believe it or not. It didn't have any little teeny tiny ones, but I do have this stamp, so I thought maybe I could use some of that mist and kind of roll through it and get a really pretty watercolor look, but it really didn't work. This roller stamp is from Glitz, and I got it from Peachy Cheap, actually. I think they had little like loot bags, and I just grabbed one and it was random stuff. And I happened to get these. So the mist didn't work very well, and I went to my oxide inks because I knew that they would be much more solid, but I don't really have a navy blue, so I had to play around with a couple, and I finally got some nice prints that I liked. And I knew I also had these sunglasses, which are from an Amy Tangerine 6x6 paper pad, so I cut out a couple of those. They just happen to have some navy blue ones and some of that really pretty kind of aqua color. So I could put the aqua ones down in the bottom, and I'll put some navy blue ones up at the top. And this is really following Victoria's design almost to a T. I have the pom-poms going across the photos. She has wood veneer bows, but I have these wood veneer tiles. They also came with the collection, so it just worked out perfectly that I happen to have two of the same ones. So I'm going to put those on either side of the pom-poms to mimic her wood veneer bows. And down in that little cluster at the bottom, I have a little crab. I actually die cut that at a crop that I went to here with our local group, and I can't remember what it came from or why I just randomly cut out one little crab. I have no idea, but it just happened to be that right sort of peachy coral color, and it was really cute, so I thought, why not? I'm going to use it. So that's going down in my bottom cluster. I added another tile down there in the bottom just to have that repeating theme, because I knew I didn't have a ton of anchors left over. I just had that one little stamped one that I'm going to add. And in Victoria's design, or in her layout, she has those gorgeous peach flowers. And so I thought that this little crab would work well, and it's also peach, so that's an extra nod to Victoria's layout. And now for her top cluster, what she's done is she's actually ripped the layout a little bit and just used some beautiful floral paper for hers to peek out from that rip. And so I'm going to use the leftover piece of paper with the tiles on it, and I'm going to pop that so that one tile is kind of peeking out. And I love the background of this paper. It still has that navy blue and sort of green, very oceany feel to it. So it actually works out really well that it brings a little pop of the blue up to the top too. I really wanted to use that wood veneer. It says life, I think it says the good life or life is good, but it's not going to work, so I leave it here for a little while, but I end up just taking it off. And then I sneak another pair of sunglasses up at the top, just also peeking out with that tile. I like to do that kind of stuff, just have those little repeating images. That's very, for me, I don't know, that's my comfort zone, is to always have my little groups of threes. And of course I do have another anchor, but I can't get it to fit properly, so I'm just going to leave it off. And I'll mimic her journaling almost exactly the same as well. She used the same color paper, and I obviously typed hers, but she made little journaling strips. So I am going to use my white pen to write on this paper because it's too dark for me to type on or print anything on. So I just wrote those up and cut them out myself. And now I want to give them a little bit of dimension so that they have some shadow and stand out a little bit from that background. So I'm going to pop them up on a little bit of foam here. So the only thing I didn't use from Victoria's layout was a title. And I was thinking about maybe actually using the same title that she did, and I think it could work for this layout, but I'm still not 100% sure, and I really struggle with titles. They're something that I tend to leave off of my layouts more often than not, I would say. But I'd love to hear if you guys have any suggestions for a title that you think might be fun for this particular layout. I don't know that it necessarily needs one, and that Feed Your Soul is down there. I'm going to kind of use that as the title right now, or I might change my mind and go with Victoria's, but if you have an idea, I'd definitely love to hear it. And if I do add a title to this layout, I'll take a picture and post it on my Instagram. So down below you can find the links to my Instagram. I'd love it if you followed me. I'm trying to get some more numbers on there. So I would really appreciate it if you wanted to follow along, and who knows, maybe you'll see your title pop up on the pictures. And so now I'm just going to put on those few finishing touches that I always leave off or end off with some mist and some Spiegel Mom scrap sequins, and that's it. That is my layout for today. Please follow along with the rest of the ladies in the hop. If you came here from someone else's channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and then head on to the next person because I'm sure they'd love to have a little love too. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments, and until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.